Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. It's good to have you here once again. If it's your first time visiting our channel, we are glad to have you here. If you've not subscribed yet, go hit the subscription button and the notification bell so that anytime we post a new video, you'll be the first to get it. Now in today's video, this is going to be a part 2 of the day in the life of a cybersecurity student video. If you've not seen that video yet, go check it out. I did a video talking about the day in the life of an international student studying cybersecurity here in Canada. And I'm pretty sure you are here because you want to know about the cybersecurity program. Some of you actually asked questions regarding that video that I'm going to address today as well. So let's get into it. So some of the questions I had on that video, the first question here, which came from Ali. Ali wanted to know if previous programming knowledge is required for the program. He said he's good in networking, but unfortunately he has no idea about programming. So what I would like to say is that yes, you still need some programming, even though you are not going to be doing hardcore programming. You still need to have some foundation or some understanding of programming because you'll be doing some scripting for sure. You'll be writing some codes. For my program, for instance, in the second term, we took this program we took this course that required us to write some Django code. So it's very important, or it will be very useful if you have some fundamental understanding of coding. You'll be using scripts a lot. You'll be using the Linux terminal a lot. So for scripting, that's something you cannot do away with. Even for the networking part also, you may need to write some scripts here and there, so that's also something that you need to bear in mind. The second question here, someone is asking which school I am, and if he said, bro, which school are you? I'm looking for master's program in cybersecurity in Canada. So the school I attended, I'm no longer in school, but the school I attended is called NBCC. It's here in New Brunswick, and I came here to study the cybersecurity program. Now, if you are looking at other master programs, mine was a postgraduate diploma. But there are other schools, I believe, that offers cyber programs. So you can go to Google and you'll be able to find those. The next question here, someone is asking if the program is difficult or it's easy because they do not have much knowledge of programming. So what I can say is that the program is difficult. Yeah, it's not easy, especially if you don't have an IT background, you would struggle. So this is something I would strongly advise that only come here to study cybersecurity, especially at MBCC. If you had a prior IT background, especially computer science, networking, you should be good. But if you had none of those, then you would struggle. Programming, you still need to understand some foundation. Myself, I'm not a developer. I did computer science for my bachelor's. I understand the fundamentals of some of the programming languages, but that's not something I do actively. But that foundation actually helped me excel in the cybersecurity program. So definitely you need to have some understanding of programming and scripting. The next question here, someone is asking which college I am. I already did mention, so went to NBCC for this program. Someone is asking if they would get a job after the program and how hard it is. So I did mention early on that it's a difficult program. It's not that easy. It requires a lot of work. We do a lot of lab, a lot of hands-on. So definitely it can be a bit challenging, especially if you've been away from school for a long time and coming back to school, and if previously you weren't doing anything related to cyber, even though you had computer science background and you have to come back to school to study cyber, you may find it a bit difficult and challenging. Regarding getting a job, so this is something I want to let you guys know about, that here in Canada, for some of the security jobs, as you all know, cybersecurity role is a very sensitive role, because then you get access to sensitive information. So most companies would require you to do a background check before they even hire you, right? And some of these background checks require you to have been living in Canada for at least 5 years, right? So even though there are cyber roles out there, as an international student or as an international graduate, it may be difficult getting your foot in the door rightly into entry-level cyber programs because of this requirement that you need to have a background check done. This is something I didn't know before. I got to know about it when I came here. So that's something you should bear in mind, that for some of the roles you may be required to do this background check, and if you've not been living here for more than 5 years, you can't do the background check. That means you can't get those jobs. So bear that in mind. Usually what people will do is they'll start with some other, IT role, maybe a technical support solution analyst, or any of those other technical IT roles that do not require background check. And then after some years, they would work their way out into the cyber role after getting that number of years of experience in the country. Okay. The next question here, someone is asking, is it a diploma? Yeah, I did mention, so it's more like a postgraduate diploma, or what you can call advanced diploma. So it's not a master's, it is not a bachelor's, more like in between, right? So that's it. And most of you, and I know that was the perception before I came in, that once you are done with this cyber program, you become a cybersecurity analyst and you start earning six figures. That's usually the expectation, but the reality is different, right? The reality is different, especially if you are looking at roles in New Brunswick. You may probably not be earning six figures right after school. You need to start from somewhere, especially if you didn't have prior experience before coming in. You need to start from somewhere and then eventually grow up into those six figures, or whatever your dream salary is you are looking at. You would have to start from somewhere before getting there. All in all, the program was amazing, but it was very intense. As I said, we did a lot of labs, a lot of assignments, a lot of tests. So that's something that you should bear in mind. We were doing 40 hours a week pretty much for the courses in class. So you go to class, I think it was at 8:30 a.m. until like 5 sometimes, or 4:30 sometimes. So it's like back to back, right? You are in class all the time, you are learning, and after school you have like a lot of assignments, you have a lot of labs that you need to work on. We did a lot of group works as well, so we worked together in groups. And at the end of the program, one interesting activity that we did was the red team blue team activity. So one team is the red team that's trying to attack the blue team, and vice versa. We did a purple as well, where we were playing around with red, blue, and all that. So it was very interesting, but again very challenging, and a lot of learning from it. You may be wondering, what am I doing now? Is my current job role still in the area of cyber? Unfortunately not. I shifted a little bit from cybersecurity. Not that I don't love cyber. I mean, I did love it, and I think security is very important. That's also one of the reasons why I chose to study this program. But in the long term, I am looking into going more into projects. So that's the area I am at the moment. But cyber is still applicable regardless where you are in IT, right? So the knowledge I gained from the program is definitely applicable in my day-to-day activity. So that's basically it. If you guys have any more questions, just let us know. Would be glad to answer them. Comment in the comment section what has been your experience. If you are already studying cyber here, or if you are looking at coming in to study cybersecurity, if there is any specific topic you would like us to talk about, also please do. And I'll be doing a separate video. She will talk about her program. She came in to study business analysis, so she'll give her own perspective about the program and how she found it. So watch out for that video as well. Thanks very much for watching, guys. If you've not subscribed, go hit the subscription button and the notification bell, so that anytime we post a new video, you'll be the first to get it. See you in our next video. Bye.